Hey, what's up guys, E back with another action figure review. Today we're looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends The Infinity Saga Happy Hogan and Iron Man 2-pack. This is the Iron Man Mark 21 to be exact. It's based off the Iron Man 3 movie from the MCU. There's the front of the box displaying the two figures, and on the side we get that side image of the Avengers or from the MCU. So on the back of the box on the right side we have Iron Man Mark 21 and the read-up that reads Mark 21, codename Midas, is a fully loaded high-altitude suit built by Stark that's outfitted with enriched gold titanium alloy. Towards the middle of the box we have the poster of Iron Man 3. And then we have, on the left side, the Happy Hogan read-up that reads Stark Industries' new head of security gets caught in the middle of the battle as Iron Man gears up to face an all-new, powerful threat. So here we have Happy Hogan and the Iron Man Mark 21 out of the package. And this right here is the 2-pack I never knew that I wanted. Definitely came out a lot better than I expected, especially the Happy Hogan figure. I mean, we have a Jon Favreau action figure. I mean, do you need anything else? Is there much more to say? I think it's pretty dope. I don't know why, but I think it's dope because he plays, of course, Happy Hogan. He looks exactly how he looks in real life. So it's like you have a Happy Hogan figure and you have a Jon Favreau figure. On top of that, you have a Jon Favreau face sculpt that you could probably pop off and put on other casual bodies in case we get any more casual bodies of this weight class, I should say. So this 2-pack actually does not come with a lot. Not a lot of accessories, not much that you can pack in with a Happy figure and a Mark 21. Let's run through that fairly quick because it's nothing too out of the world here. It's nothing too special. So first up we have the open blasting hands for Mark 21. You see the peg holes there, pretty standard. These are fixed, they're not hinged, so they're fixed in that position. And then here are your blasting effects, of course, pretty standard stuff. Same sculpt and all. And that's it for the Mark 21. Now here is the only accessory that comes with Happy, and it is a cell phone. And I'm super zoomed in because I want to show you the printing that's on there on the screen. They went ahead and printed on a screen that says unknown, so he's getting a call. It's an unknown caller, and there's the accept or decline, buttons there for the phone call, which is pretty cool. I don't know why they did it, but they did it, and it's there. So it's a nice little surprise, nice little added touch to the cell phone. It's not just a black, brick. So that's it. That's all we get for Happy. Nothing else. It would have been cool if he came with a badge. I know the badge thing was a huge thing for his character, where he would make people wear a badge, or make sure they were wearing their badge. So that would have been a cool little, bonus, but it's alright. Alright, so here's a close look at that face sculpt, and the photoreal is on point because that looks like Jon Favreau to me, and it looks like Jon Favreau from the movie Iron Man, so definitely a nice looking face sculpt. Overall, they did a really good job. Here's the torso, nothing too crazy here, it's just a suited body, but this is a new suited body because he's a little bit heavier set, so we got a new sculpt. As far as I'm concerned, they haven't used this sculpt before. We got pinless tech on the knees, so that confirms it's brand new for sure. And I think the arms are reused though. I mean, they do have pins, but they could be reused from the previous figures. It still looks fine on this body. There's the back, nothing too crazy there. So here's a closer look at the Midas Armor, the Mark 21. They went ahead and used this darker gold color instead of a bright gold color, so it's a little different. It looks good, I don't know if I prefer a metallic shiny look or a darker matte look like this figure, but it is what it is. It's an armor that Tony didn't really use. I think it was one of the background armors from the Iron Man 3, so yeah, but it is the first time I think we received this for the Marvel Legends 6-inch scale series, so pretty dope. And I was trying to figure out why this figure looks so darn good in my hand, and it turns out obviously it's because it's the Mark 7 action figure. This is the Mark 7 from the 10th anniversary release. It's a very good Iron Man mold, a very good Iron Man figure overall, so that's why. It's just a repaint version of that figure. So there's your up close look. You can see the back flaps do open up just like that figure, that Mark 7 figure does. So yeah. So let's take a look at Jon Favreau first. Happy Hogan. The head sits on, let's see what he's got. Looks like a barbell, yeah, a barbell peg right there. Thought it was a hinge, but it was very well hidden. That is a peg, not a hinge. So he looks up that high, looks down, and not so much. His jaw will hinder, you know, it will stop right when it hits his chest. So he doesn't really look down that much. Looks left and right just fine. We get some head tilts, something that's very useful when it comes to this neck articulation. The arms go all the way around, forward and back. They go in and out. Bicep swivel. We have double jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist with a hinge at the elbow. The torso has a separate piece for the jacket torso piece. But if you remove it, it's going to look silly because he's got a white shirt underneath, but the sleeves are sculpted, so wouldn't really look good. Got a black tie there. We have an ab crunch at the torso with a waist swivel. Legs will kick forward and go back. They go in and out. We have thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knees right there. We have the ankle hinge going forward and back. We got the ankle rocker, and that's it. There's no swivel. As for the Mark 21, we've seen this figure before, but since we've only seen it once, I'll go ahead and run through the articulation anyways. We have a ball jointed hinge for the neck piece. It's a little stiff on mine. So he looks up that high, he looks down that low with a little bit of strength. Left and right, a little bit of a head tilt, but not as much as Happy. We have the arms going forward and back, and as you can see, the shoulder pieces are a soft rubbery plastic, so it won't hinder your movement. But if you do keep your figure displayed like this, expect that to warp into that position. So that's kind of ugly if you get to that, but you can easily probably remold it down with some hot water. We have bicep swivel at the bicep, of course. Double jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist with a hinge. Diaphragm joint at the torso. Goes all the way around, goes forward and back, side to side. Legs are going to kick forward. They go back. They go in and out pretty far. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees. And then the ankles are going to hinge forward and back. They rock left and right. And there is no swivel at the ankle. In case for whatever reason you're wondering if you could put the Tony Stark head from the Mark 85 2-pack, you cannot. I mean, you can, but that looks ridiculous. So it doesn't work at all. Here is a look at that Tony Stark head on the Jon Favreau. I don't know why I keep calling it the Jon Favreau body. The Happy Hogan body. And that looks good proportionally, but it does look like a little bit of a chubby looking Tony Stark. So it's a little off, but in terms of scale, it fits better than the Obadiah Stane suited body for sure. That one looked like he had a giant head. Now it looks like the head is just right. But then again, he's a little chubby. Maybe you can play it off. Some angles might look, normal like that. Doesn't look too bad. But yeah, I don't know. You let me know down below in the comments. What do you think of this look for Tony? Alright, so first up for height comparisons, I'll put in Obadiah Stane from the 2-pack with Iron Monger. And you can see here the suited body is definitely different. Shorter, smaller scale. And he does stand shorter than these two figures here. Alright, and up next we have the Mark III Iron Man, which is probably my favorite figure so far from these releases. Right next to the Iron Monger. And he stands the tallest for sure. The scale here is a lot bigger. And he looks nice. I think that looks pretty accurate in my opinion. Up next here we have next to the Mark 85 from the 2-pack with the dusted Thanos. This one looks great as well. And thanks to that head sculpt, it looks even better. I'm not going to pan out for this one, but this Iron Monger is a couple, steps behind them. And he's still out of frame. Pretty big, pretty massive. There's your look at that. And there's a look at Thanos also out of frame here. Standing taller than both of them. And then here is the Mark 7 from the 10th anniversary release of this Iron Man from Avengers 1. You can see here, I did want to compare him next to this one because it is the same figure as the Mark 21, just repainted. Alright, and here, one final comparison. I gotta compare him next to my Revoltech Mark 21 figure. You can see here the paint job and the size scale it's the major difference here, of course. So take your pick. What paint job do you prefer? I really do like the Revoltech paint job. It's more metallic, more shiny, and it's two tones. But the Marvel Legends one isn't bad either, but if I had to choose one, I think I'd go with the more metallic look on the Revoltech version. Now, scale-wise, I'll definitely go with the Marvel Legends scale. Alright guys, and that's going to do it for my review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends, the Infinity Saga line, Happy Hogan and Iron Man Mark 21 2-pack from Iron Man 3. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review as always. Do not forget to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts. This may be a hidden gem in my opinion just because of that Happy Hogan. I could definitely see a lot of people skipping out on this pack. Hopefully not, because these are pretty cool figures. Do wish they came with a little bit more accessories, but the Jon Favreau is a whole new sculpt, so I can kind of understand it. Although the Mark 7 is a repaint of a previous sculpt, so kind of balances out there. Can't complain too much. We have a freaking Happy Hogan figure, and that's pretty amazing. It makes me feel like the possibilities are endless with this line of Infinity Saga. I really do hope they go through it as deep as they possibly can. I still want a Heimdall. And the Heimdall has to be the Armored Gatekeeper Heimdall. I know we got in Heimdall before, but that's not the one I wanted. And I still want a Whiplash from Iron Man 2. That is a major want on my list. So hopefully that comes true. We got a whole new Ironmonger and a Obadiah Stane, for crying out loud. So I know it's possible. Alright guys, I'm going to cut it off here. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, take care and have a great day. Bye.
That's crispy.